I'm Avi from Philadelphia, and I am a professional cook.
I'm Dimitri from DeRidder, Louisiana, and I am a professional cook.
I'm Mayor from Bakersfield, California, and I am a professional cook.
I'm Melvin from Portland, Oregon, and I am a professional cook.
Not so fast. 2 of them are lying. Help me spot the cons.
You blew it!
4 cooks are here to do battle.
Like a boxing match.
I dig it.
2 are amazing amateurs.
This is like a mad science experiment.
And 2 are professionals.
Oh, mama.
This is gonna be bowed down good.
But only they know their true identities. Opa!
On move!
Their mission, outcook the competition for the $10,000 prize.
I've already got it counted.
For the professionals,
Smoke it.
their reputations are on the line.
I'm doing great.
Pro move, I love it.
For the amateurs,
Eyebrows still on, we're good.
it's the chance of a lifetime.
I want to put this on my Instagram page.
To take on the pros in the ultimate blind taste test.
Absolutely delicious.
This is a triumph.
Please tell us, are you a cook? Or are you just a con?
I
M.
I knew it! I called it, I'm right again.
You had me the whole time.
Wow.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, welcome to the incredible world of cooks versus cons. Woo! There are 2 rounds, and in round 1, I get to decide what you're gonna cook. Today, you are cooking curry. Curry.
All right.
Now, anybody can make a curry,
And make curry.
but you gotta use flavored ice pops.
Pops.
We have orange cream pops, fudge pops, cherry pops, lime pops, and coconut pops.
Oh, gosh. The challenge of using ice pops in a curry, if you don't add enough, you're not going to taste it. If you add too much, it's going to be sickly sweet.
It's gonna be 30 minutes. You gotta make a really good curry using at least 1 of these flavored ice pops. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Chef.
Go! Well, hello, Chop judges. We're borrowing you from Chop today. We have quite an interesting first round. Curry and flavored ice pops.
Curry is essentially a stew.
It is.
You know, really authentic curries use a curry paste, but mostly what we have access to is curry powder, which is a blend of spices.
Turmeric, and where's the cardamom powder?
And you know, the one thing that really rounds out those spices and those flavors and any heat is some form of creaminess or richness like coconut milk.
Coconut?
And I think that's a perfect place to bring in, say, a coconut ice pop.
And then maybe lime, you know, to add acid and balance the sweet, the spice.
That's a great idea. Take the lime and the coconut. Let's see what they do.
All right. As an athlete, I'm a very competitive person. Yeah, Melvin, you're sweating, man. I thought you were supposed to be a professional. I played Division I college golf. I work out and I run marathons. I channel that competitive drive into cooking. Food to an athlete is absolutely crucial. Toast my quinoa to get some flavor on it. So my style of cooking is healthy gourmet. Get some coconut pop. Obviously, I don't use the coconut ice pop in quinoa normally, but I think it'll play really nicely off the coconut milk that I'm gonna put in the curry.
Hi, Avi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. What are we making?
Red Thai curry.
Why red curry paste?
I think it goes really, really well with coconut.
Avi looks good. Love this idea of red curry. Red curry is one of the more exotic curries. You don't get that quite often.
Grate my ginger so that it gets evenly dispersed.
Ginger is a key component here, too. For Thai curry, it really helps bring flavors together. That's a pro move.
Getting ready for the main event, which is gonna be the coconut milk. Coconut's a really common ingredient, especially in Thai curries. Hear that? That is all the flavor. I also want to add a healthy green crunchy element. Okay, so I add Tuscan kale, popsicles. In addition, I'm using coconut ice pops to play up the coconut flavor with the coconut milk. It's gonna be delicious. And lime ice pops, because you always need a pop of acid. Oh, my God, so good.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to time constraints like this. Pressure like this always troubled me. I'm making my curry right now, but people that are close to me said, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I said, okay, I'm gonna go and give it my best shot. Just don't cut yourself. The way my hands are shaking.
Mayor, how are you?
Oh, I'm a little nervous, but I'm good.
Ah, don't be nervous. It's only 10 grand. You're in front of people watching TV. Why should you be nervous? So what are you making? I love ginger, by the way.
I'm making curry. I will top it with fish. I'm using Israeli couscous.
I love Israeli
Since
couscous.
I'm from Israel. I come from Israel. I cook Mediterranean cuisine from every Mediterranean country. Israeli couscous, it reminds me of growing up at a very, very young age. Both my mother and my grandmother taught me the foundation of cooking. So a lot of stewing, a lot of braising. Trying to finish my stews.
I think the way Mayor blanched some of his vegetables and then put them all together in coconut milk to stew, those starches from the potatoes are going to leach in and give body. I really like Mayor's approach. Is he a cook? I don't know.
He's very nervous.
He could be a total amateur under so much pressure in this kitchen.
Trying to lose this nervousness. I'm 60 years old. Competitions, I shied from them all my life, but I decided to overcome all my fears. I want to win, to show my kids, take the risk that you need to accomplish the things that you are passionate about in life. Tastes delicious.
Orange popsicle. This is the base of the curry.
For a weirdo like me, this is the perfect place for me to be.
This is going to give it a little bit more acidity.
I'm essentially an artist.
Shovels in here.
Take a bunch of random ingredients and put them together. That's the kind of creativity that I like in a kitchen.
Right.
I'm gonna make a German-Korean ribeye curry.
Dimitri.
Yes, sir.
Look at you grinding away. What do you got in there?
Right. A German-based curry off of a cream and chervil, like soup dish.
Chervil is an herb similar to something like parsley.
And I'm gonna top it with a bunch of Korean ingredients.
My goodness. Very unusual.
Extremely unusual.
My culinary style, it's a mix of German and Korean. The German side comes from definitely my father. My dad was in the military, so the first part of my childhood was in Germany, and when I was in the military station in South Korea. I fell in love with Korean foods.
This is the Korean flavors.
I'm going to bring in my Korean side by marinating the ribeye in soy sauce, sesame oil,
Got everything going the way that I want it to.
orange juice to pair well with all the orange flavor in the curry. And I'm using brown sugar to get a perfect caramelization on the steak.
I love that she is using a ribeye steak with a lot of marbling that cooks quickly and will be really tender. That's a pro move.
Yeah, but her brown sugar, the orange cream pop, this is sweet on sweet on sweet. That's a con move right there.
It's coming out pretty good. Smells good.
Coconut ice pops, a little sweetness in this rice. Ice pops and curry do not go together. But I'm gonna have fun with it. I just love to have fun in life. But growing up, a little too much. Beautiful duck breast. Gotta render out that fat. I was a nightmare as a kid. My grades were failing. Not a direction in my life. And surprise, we're pregnant. You're having twins. I was 18, so that was a big shocker. Look at that. Duck looks great, but having them turned that all around. When I started to cook for my family, I learned I had this passion, giving me motivation. It saved my life. Gotta use a lot of different flavors in this curry. Get some cumin, ginger powder. My style of cooking is modern Filipino cuisine. I use a little bit more spices than normal Filipino does. I'm making a Filipino curry called kare-kare with sweet coconut rice. Kare-kare is normally a humble stew. Chef magic here.
Melvin just bruised lemongrass. You're getting all of the beautiful essential oils. You're breaking open the juices of the lemongrass. To me, that is an absolute pro move.
Going fudge, lime, coconut in the curry. I put the lime pop in for the acidity, coconut pop for creaminess, and the fudge pop because in kare-kare, I use cocoa powder.
Instead of cocoa powder, Melvin is using the fudge pop. It's very creative.
Xanthan gum.
And he's taking xanthan gum to thicken his sauce. I really feel like he's a pro cook.
Oh.
Melvin's got enough xanthan gum to blanket a country.
Yeah, a little goes a long way. I mean, that is gonna like be gummy.
Filipino styles, we use peanut butter in our curry sauce. Peanut butter gives a level of richness. Oh yeah, my curry is ready. Rice feels like it's burning. See how bad it is. Oh my goodness.
Melvin is burning his rice.
Yeah, I see that.
The pot is burning on the edge and the bottom.
Filipino having trouble with the rice. halfway through the round, and I don't think I can make another batch of rice. I'm hoping that I can try and save it, but it's not looking good.
How we doing? All right, I got this. Time for me to grill my shrimp. Now that I got my curry working and my coconut quinoa going, I get started on my prawns. I'm gonna leave the heads on.
I love that Avi chose those head-on prawns. The head has so much flavor.
Green lime popsicle.
Lime, that's a main ingredient in any kind of a Thai curry marinade. It'll be acidic, but sweet and sugary. A total pro move.
Delicious. Look at that.
However, Avi has no oil whatsoever on those shrimp, and you could cook them so much that way, and then they get a dryness.
But in this case, her rich, coconutty, milky curry might actually benefit from the sort of dry, roasted shrimp on the grill. I like her approach.
I'm gonna win this for me, but also for my husband. He knows how much I love cooking. He loves eating my cooking. And he absolutely inspires me to want to be the best version of myself. And I think winning, he would just be so proud. It's looking delicious. The good news is my hands have officially stopped shaking.
Yeah, mine hasn't stopped yet. I have the base of my curry ready. Now I'm going to toast my seeds and make my curry powder. This will release the oils and get full flavor out of them. Perfect, perfect. Turmeric, cumin, and chili powder. Looks beautiful. Also, I'm adding fenugreek leaves. The fenugreek is going to add some sweet, nutty flavors. It'll round up the curry.
Fenugreek. That's in really interesting mixes of Indian spices, Thai spices, Middle Eastern spices. It's very unique. He's a pro.
Popsicle. I'm using the coconut popsicles because coconut is compatible with the coconut milk. I'm going to use a little bit of the lime popsicles as well. I'll cut the spiciness and also to give it a little brightness. Olive oil.
I'm using corvina. It's a sea bass.
Flavor-wise, it'll adopt whatever it's in.
Mayor has chosen corvina. I think it's a smart move. It's not like an oily fish that takes over. It's a very simple, clean fish like a bass.
But no salt.
No salt. Now salt. You really need to season any kind of protein all the way around. The part of the fish that's searing on the bottom of that pan is never going to be seasoned.
Maybe he's just nervous. Maybe he's a nervous pro.
Perfect.
I think I got everything going the way that I want it to.
Now that I got my chervil base on the stove,
Cabbage right now.
I'm also gonna bring in my Korean side with cabbage. Cabbage is gonna add a nice textural element to the curry.
To start sauteing some mushrooms.
I wanna use shiitake mushrooms. They'll give a bit more body. And shiitake mushrooms you use in Korean cooking a lot as well.
This is the steak on.
I'm gonna get a perfect sear on both sides.
Dimitri steak looks gorgeous. It's absolutely perfectly caramelized.
She's in the oven with 10 minutes left.
A little bit longer.
She's gonna have time to rest before she slices it. Pro move.
I taste my curry as it's cooking down. It's too sweet. The sweetness from the orange pop, it's way too sweet. Cream of chervil soup. It's the first dish that my dad taught me when we were in Germany together. I don't want to let him down. I need to fix this.
By chopping up that orange zest and slicing those fresh chilies, she's trying to offset the sweetness of her ice pops. That's gonna add bitterness and heat to her equation.
I don't think that will be enough. It will be sweet and sugary. I feel like she's a con.
It's perfect.
All right, the sauce is simmering. Check on that duck. I've got my ducks in a row. That duck fat that's rendered out. Yeah, let those rest. My rice is burnt, but you know what I'm gonna do? Keep calm and curry on. Who stole my carrots?
I did.
You're gonna leave me with one carrot for my stir fry.
Sorry.
This vegetable stir fry is gonna be like the vegetables in kare kare. Get these Brussels sprouts nice and thin. Normally, Filipinos would use cabbage, so I'm elevating it with Brussels sprouts instead. We're gonna use that duck fat, and duck fat's gonna bring richness to those vegetables. This dish is for my Auntie Mitos. Auntie Mitos was the matriarch of our family. She helped all her uncles, including my dad, move to the United States of America. She'd cook us special dishes like this when we came over. Part of the reason I have this talent now is because of her. I don't want to let her down. She left soon, too soon, before she could see the success that I'm having. I want to win in her honor to show how special I've become. See how much rice of this I can saved. I'm hoping to separate it out from the burnt bottom. Devil's saying, put down the rice, you're Filipino, you need to put it. Angel is saying, what are you doing? That is not good rice, don't put it on the plate.
Melvin, don't do that.
No. The dish doesn't call for rice. It's not a rice challenge. Just leave the rice off.
I think I reverted to my teenage self. I listened to the devil, and I'm going for it.
That is a mark of a fraud. He's probably from Kansas City.
Uh-oh.
2 minutes. Amanda, who are your 2 cooks and why?
Mayor and Avi. I don't know, watching Melvin at the end here has changed my mind completely. Avi is doing that red curry, which is still impressive to me, and Mayor, layered flavors. As much as he's nervous, I think that's just because he has a lot at stake as a pro chef.
Alex, quickly.
I'm going to stick with Mayor and Dimitri. Mayor, he went right for the old school flour thickener. He is an old school professional cook who's been cooking for 40 years. Dimitri.
What's that steak?
I love her choices. I think the ribeye is great. I think that's a cook move.
I'm going to concur with you. Dimitri cooked a beautiful steak. Mayor, his corvina is seared perfectly. I think he's a pro.
Time?
20 seconds. Woo! You got to finish it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop the curry.
Going into judging, I'm most nervous about this rice. I'm hoping that the flavor of the curry, the perfection of the duck can save me.
So, cooks and cons, we gave you 30 minutes to make curry using flavored ice pops. Now it's time to face the judges. Avi.
I made for you a spicy Thai curry with head-on prawns. I use both the coconut and the lime pops in the actual curry itself. I glaze my prawns with the lime pop, and I put some coconut in my quinoa.
I definitely get your healthy approach, but I think the dish is more successful in the naughtier areas. I think the use of the coconut ice pop to accent the coconut milk, great curation and choice of ingredients. However, I don't get the lime pop on the shrimp. I would have liked more of that lime in there. I think you had room for it.
I agree. But the shrimp is cooked perfectly. I like that char. I like that you left the head on. And I was excited about the coconut pop in the quinoa, but I don't taste it.
Mayor.
I make fish curry with Israeli couscous. I did lime and coconut popsicles in the curry.
We saw your nerves were getting you while you were cooking. Yes. And we didn't see you season the fish all around before it went into the pan, and I think it needed that seasoning. But it's perfectly cooked.
It is.
I love the spice, and I love that you chose fenugreek. That's in a lot of curry powders. Not a lot of people know that, so good choice.
I get a little bit of the brightness from the lime, and I get the richness from the coconut. Also, I like the way you boiled the vegetables in water, and then you put them into the mix. It hydrated them. You also just threw flour in there because you wanted to give it some body. Sort of like xanthan gum sports car and minivan flour. That really worked as a trick to me. However, I think there are very big pieces of ginger in here, hidden landmines. I mean, I've eaten 2 of them and I'm good. I don't need a cleanse this week.
Dimitri.
Today, I made for you guys a German Korean ribeye curry. I used the orange cream ice pop in the base of the curry.
There's something about the cabbage in the cream like that's kind of linking up and creating this kind of creamy, nutty flavor. It's pretty addictive. And then the steak, it's browned. And that's also very unusual in a place where I would normally expect it to be braised like stew meat. Fantastic. I get the orange cream ice pop flavor, but then I also have to say I get orange ice pop the minute I eat your dish. So it's a little sweet.
Okay.
My favorite thing in here is the shiitake mushroom.
Awesome.
You almost didn't need the ribeye because mushrooms can act as such a meaty texture and flavor. But to me, the dish is lacking heat and needs more spice to cut through the cream and the orange cream frozen pop flavor.
Got it.
Melvin.
I made a Filipino duck curry. In the curry sauce, I used a fudge pop,
Fudge pop in the curry.
a lime pop, and a coconut pop. And I used the coconut pop in the rice as well.
I love the duck because it stands up to this big, bold curry sauce that you made.
Thank you.
The flavors in the curry are good. They're rich, but I don't think the rice should have been on this plate.
Right.
It's overcooked.
The xanthan gum, you put it in like you were making it rain at the club. It went so thick, you compromise the texture of your sauce. It's almost breaking. What I love is the flavor of your curry with the peanut butter and fudge pop and the spices. I think the use of the fudge was super creative, and I really like that you took that risk.
Thank you.
Thank you, cooks and cons. Well, we have a big decision to make. Please excuse us for a few moments. Thank you.
I have to make it to round 2 to make my auntie proud, to make my kids proud. I want to get in a DeLorean, go 88 miles an hour, and take that rice away.
Cooks and cons, you had 30 minutes to make curry using ice pops. Now it's time to learn who's made the best dish and won the round, who made the judge's least favorite dish and is going home, and that person's real identity.
The winner of round 1 is Mayor.
Wow!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go sit down, order a cocktail, beverage of your choice.
Our second favorite dish was made by Avi.
Avi! Way to go, way to go. Take a break.
So excited.
Good job, babe.
The person moving on to round 2 is Melvin.
Yes. Breathe a sigh of release, Melvin.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, Dimitri, that means you've been eliminated. But before you take that ride home, are you a cook or a con?
I am a cook.
I was right.
You guys were
Finally.
right.
Finally. So, where are you a cook?
I'm the head chef at Pilchuck School in Washington State.
When I got out of the military, I went to culinary school. Now I'm the head chef at an art school. I'm essentially an artist myself. I think that there's a huge connection with knowing how to work with your hands and knowing how to cook.
This is for the ravenous beasts that are out there, because they'll probably want more food.
I work with basically every type of cuisine, from Korean to American bistro. I like that I'm able to be around a bunch of incredibly creative and artistic people every day.
Dimitri, thank you very much. Great job today. Welcome back. Woo! Cons and cook. This round, it's up to you to cook something. Whatever you want. Yeah. Cook whatever you want. However, you're gonna love this. You have to use beans. Beans.
All right, I like a bean dip.
Beans.
We have green bean casserole. We have edamame.
All right.
The healthy people. Black bean burgers, black bean dip, and bean sprouts.
Bean dip, a green bean casserole, they're already cooked. What more can you do with those things? But edamame, oh, that's Asian. Bean sprouts, hey, that's Asian. Guess what? I'm Asian. I got this.
30 minutes, you gotta put one of these bean items into your delicious $10,000 winning dish. You got it?
We got
Got
it.
it.
Begin now. My esteemed judges, chop judges, now cooks versus con judges. We have 2 cons and only 1 real cook. I threw him beans. What would a pro do?
Beans are something that cross so many cultural lines. You could get some form of hummus or some Middle Eastern take. You could get some form of refried beans and do something really Mexican.
I think lightness is the way to go. Use the sprouts natural, use the edamame maybe in a dressing.
Well, edamame pesto.
There you go.
I think a pro would know what to do with those bean sprouts, simply pickled.
Yep.
You know, something where it's like, this is how you use that juicy, crunchy sprout.
Let's see what they do.
Ready to cook with some beans?
I'm ready.
Thank God I made it to round 2. I am not doing rice this time. My strategy, only put things on the plate that I want on the plate. It's just gonna be a bean sprout slaw. I'm making a bean sprout slaw and a Filipino fritter with an edamame puree.
I'm gonna win. I know it.
How you gonna win if I'm gonna win? In my slaw, bean sprouts, bell pepper, red onion, and carrot, that's done. In my pickling liquid, rice vinegar, brown sugar, Thai chilies, garlic, ginger, doing good.
We were talking a lot about if you were a pro, what you would do with the bean sprouts. Maybe you would pickle them. Melvin is pickling the bean sprouts. That bright pickle is gonna go great with that fried fritter. Pro.
I really like, actually, the way he's cut everything to kind of bring it all together. That seems like a really great fresh note.
Edamame. Next, I'm gonna start my edamame puree as a creamy base for my fritter. Add mirin for a sweet, vinegary taste. For the salt, Filipino soy sauce. Here we go. Lastly, I'm adding the avocado to ensure some velvety smoothness. I'll win this for my kids. My kids are the reason why I have this talent for cooking, and winning for them would be so important. Gotta pay that college tuition, ain't cheap. Both my boys are in college, and at $10,000, I can help pay their tuition. Well, a little bit of it. Yeah.
I am ready. Going into round 2, I feel great. Still nervous, but great. I'm going to stick with Mediterranean cuisine and make edamame hummus with lamb and fresh pita. And I hope I have enough time to finish it. It's going to need at least 15 minutes to rise, and I need at least 7 minutes to cook it, so it's going to be close. I know it's ambitious, and it might shoot me in the foot, but I am a madman. I do love to live dangerously. If you're not living on the edge, you're taking too much room. If you have any idea to stop my hand shaking, then I'll take that.
Mayor is making pita bread, and that's never been done before here in the kitchen, not in 30 minutes. He's making a ball with one hand as if he could be reading his text with the other. He's done it before. If it works, he's a pro.
If it doesn't, total con.
Edamame hummus. I'm going to take a chance and make hummus with edamame. The edamames don't have a whole lot of flavor of their own, so it's going to adopt the flavor of tahini and taste just like hummus.
Mayor is completely a pro. We know that tahini is going to give this hummus such a velvety texture.
Garlic.
With a lot of tahini, a lot of garlic. We are not going to taste that edamame at all. I'm worried about Mayor. He's looking like the mayor of Connesville right over there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get these sweet potatoes diced. Part of my healthy gourmet shtick in the kitchen is that I love vegetables. Get this red onion ready. So I'm gonna make a vegetarian taco. Let's get these in. It's low in fat, high in flavor, perfect meal for an athlete. I love using beans. They're super healthy, they're really high in fiber. Bean dip, bean dip. I grabbed the bean dip because it really reminds me of refried beans. It has that same creamy texture. Oh, except it doesn't taste like refried beans. Oh, tastes like a jar of very sour salsa was added to beans, and it's not great. I got this. I know it's not a secret ingredient, but I think the canned black beans are gonna really tone down that sour and aggressive flavor. It's gonna be delicious. Trust me. Time to get my masa going for my homemade corn tortillas. In the pre-made corn tortillas, all the preservatives I just really like to avoid. Look at this gorgeous dough.
I love the ambition of making your own tortillas from scratch in 30 minutes.
Here we go.
However, normally you don't use parchment paper. If you're a pro, maybe a little masa, and that's it.
Come on. No.
Abby's tortillas are breaking.
They're a little wet.
How are your tortillas looking?
I'm on fire.
The parchment is on fire.
Fire! Fire!
Oh, boy.
Oh,
It's not looking good.
rookie!
Got a lot going on. My tortilla dough, it's breaking, it's sticking. Now I'm folding. Folding under the pressure.
I don't want Abby to give us a broken tortilla.
They're a little wet.
I must have added too much liquid to my mixture. I know I don't have enough time to remix it. I'm freaking out. My husband and I want to start a family. This 10 grand would be huge. Come on, Obs. There's nothing to do about the wetness of the dough. So I decide to grab some nonstick spray, hoping that'll let the dough slide off the parchment paper. Yes. It may not be the prettiest tortilla, but at least it's working. Just gotta get 2 more.
This is looking good. Made this edamame puree. Now that that's done, it's time to start on this Filipino fritter called ukoy. Let's go, shrimp. Time to get undressed. Shrimp is a traditional element of a Filipino fritter. It brings a little sweetness to make a crispy, crunchy batter and go half flour, half cornstarch. Cornstarch is gonna give it a lighter, crispier, crunchier texture. And here we go. My secret weapon that not too many Filipinos are gonna use in their cooking, a little vodka.
Melvin is using vodka in his batter. He knows that the vodka will evaporate quicker, make a crispier batter. He had to have learned that in a professional kitchen.
Bean sprouts goes in the fritter with the black bean burger. Normally we use tofu in this fritter, but I'm gonna use the black bean burger as a binder. Bean sprouts is gonna give it some nice crunchy texture. Deep fry these babies. When I hear that sizzle, it takes me back when my auntie would fry up food for us. My auntie would be so proud of me. She'd say, "Oh my gosh, you were such a bad boy. Now look at you. Golden brown and delicious." Mayor, you still here?
I'm still here.
I've been making edamame hummus.
I've got my pita dough rolled into bowls and letting it rest. The old man is hanging in there. And now I'm making zhug. You spell it Z-E-H-U-G. It's like ketchup here in this country. It's a spicy condiment. It's made of jalapeno, cilantro, and parsley, a little olive oil, garlic, some cumin, and salt. Every restaurant serves this in Israel. It's gonna bring the right zing and sophistication of flavor to the hummus. Bam, right there. Emerald, that's for you. Some fresh pitas with it. I'm checking my pita dough. Yes, and it's just perfect. All I gotta do is flatten it in my hand, make sure it's got enough flour in it so it doesn't stick, throw it in the oven. Fantastic. Now, all I have to do is cook the lamb and pray to the gods that my pita will cook long enough. Looks beautiful. I can get those hands to stop shaking and cooperate. Stress. A lot of stress. If I win this money, I'm gonna try and make time to take a vacation. I don't think it's enough to go to Paris. So I'm thinking maybe Florida. I've been to 48 of the 50 states, and Florida is one that I've never been to. So I'd like to take my kids. Everything is excellent.
Ooh, look at Mayor with the lamb. That looks really delicious.
I'm jonesing for that lamb.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but that pita bread right now is completely raw on that one side. He needs to get it into a pan or onto a plancha.
No, you don't cook pita like that.
A little bit of it.
You don't cook pita like that.
It's not done, though.
It's perfect. Look at that. They're puffy and perfect.
Do you want to make out with him right now or later?
I will.
Well, they certainly look homemade, but it certainly is gonna be delicious. I've managed to get 3 semi-decent tortillas. About to start my sauce. So the one thing this taco really needs is a crema. Gonna add my fresh basil, and cilantro just to give that pop of freshness. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a perfect replacement for sour cream. It hits a lot of the same flavor notes, has a ton of protein, and texturally, it's almost exactly the same. Oh, muscles! I love lime. Good thing I work out. This is gonna add some brightness and cut the heaviness of the dish. So excited!
I gotta tell you something. Avi's cream in the blended, it's like a Mexican version of tzatziki. As a crema, I think it'd be great with the roasted vegetables and bean that she has going on. I like that.
Done with this.
1 minute left.
I can do this.
Amanda, who is your cook?
Melvin.
Why is that?
I doubted Melvin in the first round, but he was kind of hard on himself about the rice, and he knew he should have edited himself. This round, Melvin's using vodka in his batter. That, with the pickled bean sprouts, has got me sure that he's 100% pro.
Alex Bornicelli.
I think Mayor is my cook. He's making a homemade pita from scratch. And with the lamb just dropped right on top of the hummus with all those pan drippings. Mayor is completely a pro.
He owns his own business, some sort of truck, I'm convinced. Mayor is without question the cook.
All right, all right. You guys doing all right?
Right on track.
Cooking cons, you gotta finish it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beans away! Woo!
Woo!
Good job, guys. Good job.
I look down at my dish, and I think it looks really pretty. There's a ton of color, a lot of contrasting textures and flavors, but deep down inside, I know that those tortillas aren't perfect. I'm just panicking.
Cooking cons. You had 30 minutes to cook anything under the sun, using beans. The dishes all look great, but only one of you is gonna win the cash. Avi.
I made for you a vegetarian taco. Throughout, and mostly on the bottom of the taco, you'll have some of the bean dip.
I think that the black beans, the bean dip, and the onions are really delicious. Also, this sauce with the tartness of the yogurt right up against the beans, that's really delicious stuff.
Thank you.
However, I could do without the sweet potatoes. I also have some pieces of avocado. I don't think you needed all that. You made your point, and I just think we're suffering from a little editing. You need to take out one or two things.
Yep.
The whole thing that wraps this up is the tortilla, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I can just tell by the flavor of it. You struggled.
I did.
But what you put inside of it is really good. I get little pieces of black bean, and I get the bean dip. I think what's happening here is I just want to empty out this filling and eat it and not eat the tortilla.
Mayor.
I make edamame hummus with lamb and homemade pitas.
Okay, where are the beans?
Edamame's in the hummus.
Your lamb was cooked perfectly. The way you hand chopped it, and you put all the drippings into the edamame hummus, a great way to enjoy lamb. If this were chickpeas, I think the tahini is perfect, but I think the edamame is a little weaker than a chickpea. And the net result is you buried the beans in your dish.
Tahini and garlic take over your hummus. But the fact that you went all out and made your pita is amazing. I love that fresh, green, bright sauce, and I like what you did with the lamb. The way the lamb is cooked is really perfect.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Melvin.
I made a bean fritter with an edamame puree and pickled bean sprouts and edamame. My fritter has bean sprouts, black bean burger. The edamame puree has edamame, of course.
I particularly love your slaw. I like that you cut most of the other ingredients so that they mimic the shape and dimension of the bean sprout. I get all the flavors together at once. Dynamite.
Thank you.
I don't love the edamame puree on the bottom. It's an acidic note again. A little dollop of mayo or something rich may have been a better foil to what you made.
I think just the avocado would have been great.
Right.
The fritter's delicious.
Okay.
I like those pieces of shrimp. The flavors are great in here, but you have a lot of shredded items in the fritter. Then you have this shredded slaw. I think just a little more of a homogeneous fritter. Could have differentiated textures, but really good on flavor.
All right, thank you.
Melvin, thank you very much, and thank you
Thank
also.
you, chefs.
Thank you.
We're going to have to make a decision, so please give us a moment.
It's important for me to win for my auntie so she can look down on me and be amazed by the amazing things I'm doing since she's left. And I want to win to show my kids my success is their success.
My corn tortillas weren't perfect, and I'm thinking about my husband. I really don't want to let him down. We're trying to start a family. The 10 grand could be a huge help.
I can't believe my hummus. There was too much tahini, but I'm not losing this competition. I want to win to show my kids. Always aspire to whatever it is that you want in life, no matter how scary it looks.
Cook and Cons. In this envelope is the name of the winner. But before we get to that, would you please tell us your true identities? Tell us the truth, Melvin. Are you a cook or a con?
I am a con.
I knew it! I called it. I'm right again.
I did too.
Melvin, what do you do?
I'm an engineering technician for a major microchip manufacturer.
You make microchips?
I make microchips
You
in your
make
computers.
microchips?
Yeah.
Good for you.
As an engineering technician, I work in a large clean room factory with huge machines making the microchips for your computers. Sometimes I need to go inside these machines because it's up to me to fix them. I'm used to a high-stress job, so I'm used to a high-pressure situation like the kitchen. My kids gave me the talent and the passion for cooking because I do it for them. I love cooking, and nothing is gonna stop me.
Okay, Mayor, please tell us. You a cook or a con?
I am a cook.
Yeah! 2 for 2. Where are you a cook?
I'm a chef and owner at Cafe Med restaurant in Bakersfield, California. I opened my door 26 years ago. I was in the kitchen by myself. I had a dishwasher and I had 2 servers. That was it.
And can we take Peter to the table real quick?
Now the restaurant is a culinary wonderland because we do everything ourselves. And we specialize in Mediterranean.
This is falafel. I grew up eating this every day.
All my employees always encourage me to try and do something like this. And I'm so glad that I was able to overcome this fear and set an example to my kids that everything is possible in life.
Okay, for the record, are you a cook or a con, Abby?
I'm a con.
You're a con.
A good
I
one.
am.
I can't wait to hear this.
I can't wait.
What do you do?
I am a high school teacher and varsity lacrosse coach.
That's fantastic.
I have never left work without smiling, at least once on my drive home. What are 2 strengths of the study? I teach English and social studies, and now I coach our varsity lacrosse team. Good, ladies, good job. Food to an athlete is fuel. Oh, yeah. So whatever you're putting in your body is really important.
Thank you.
When I met Nate, he was eating the least appetizing food, and now he's a really healthy eater. Being able to open up someone else's eyes to how amazing food can be means everything, and I'm never gonna stop doing it.
Okay, well, now that we know who you are, it is my turn to reveal the winner. Are you ready?
Ready, chef.
Okay, the winner is... Mayor!
Good job, guys. You're amazing.
Mayor, we felt you just channeled what you do every day, and you made food that just had so much flavor.
Thank you so much. A lot of people are behind me that do amazing things in my life every single day, and I did it for all of them, and I'm so glad I made them all proud.
Well, Mayor, you did an incredible job. You beat 2